In this video, I'm going to screen print, but not with a fabric paint, the traditional old ink that you used to. I'm going to switch it up and I'm going to play with a completely different medium. So I want you to come along, come on, and let's try this. So here we are. I got my black t-shirt right here, blank tee, and we're going to do it. You already know my setup. This is the separation board. So I'm going to put the t-shirts around it. Right? If you already seen my previous videos on screen prints, by now you should be aware of how this setup goes. So now I'm going to stretch it out, and I'm going to pin it down. So now my t-shirt is pinned down, and you can see it, right? Stretched out, you can see it, ready to go. So now here's my screen. If you follow along the channel, you've seen this screen before. This is the screen right here. So it says New York. Now, like I said, this is my rule of thumb from the lip or from the rib. But I can read it with my hands. I can just feel it from here, and I can tell that I'm on there. Yep, it's set. So I don't need to do all this marking and all these settings to know. I can just place it. It's just when you do it so much, you know your placement. So it's placed right there. It's good to go. Now, here is the screen. Here's the t-shirts. I have this board. It's already being separated. Here's a surprise. Today, I'm going to use soft scrub. I bought this from a store around the way, and I used to actually get it around by somewhere down in a hardware store, so you can get it from hardware store to the soft scrub, or any discount 99-cent spot around your way. If you don't have it, just keep looking. But it's not hard to find. You know, Home Depot also have it. I used to buy it a lot from my Home Depot. But any hardware store, you can get it soft scrub. That's what we're gonna play with today. And now, you've probably seen this all the time. This is the beauty of art, because art is just a vehicle. All art is just a vehicle that can take you from point A to point B to point C. So we can just use our artistic skill, our artistic talent to create something from nothing and then move that thing from point A to point B. It comes from here when it's just blank, nothing happening. We put some art on it, we move it over to point B, and that thing become a valuable commodity that can be sold for money, and we can take that money and put it into more supplies and then turn that into another thing and then buy a canvas and then do it. So it's just, once you understand that, it makes it easy to play. So let's go and try and do the work. First of all, this needs to be shaken actually. So let's shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Now we're talking. So it's fully shaked. Now here's a secret. Soft scrub has a bleaching properties in there. So the bleaching capability is what we're going to use as a vehicle to create this thing that we're about to create. And it can become anything. It's gonna do its own thing. What the bleaching capability from the soft scrub is gonna do is that it's gonna discharge the black t-shirt, and it's gonna create a space within that t-shirt using the screen print techniques. So that's what this is for. I used to play with this a lot. So I just want to put you on. This is one of the things that you can do. You don't have ink. walk down the block, go to the regular hardware store, find you a subscribe, and you can use it to create something from nothing that can be sold and put money in your pocket as an artist. So let's go. I'm going to add a little bit more so I get that. All right, let's do it. Here's the squeegee as you know it. All right, now let's see what we got. I'm going to place this. This is what we got. So what the bleaching capacity properties that did was that it deleted, because you know what makes black t-shirt a black t-shirt is a dye. It's white, and then they dye it to become black. Now once it become black, you can also bleach it. So if we throw this bleach on it, it take away some of the dyes and it gives it a whole new a new form, if you may. So if you were wearing this down the block, someone might think that it's a color or something that you use to get this effect, but actually it came from a subscrub. It's actually a subscrub bleaching technique. If I want to go get a little funky, I can place it on top again, but this time I can offset it. So I can use my eye to look at it like, okay, let's try to offset it a little bit. All right. And this is just straight up experimentation. Offset it. And all right. I placed it completely offset. And what we're going to do is we're going to run it again one more time to see what we're going to get out of it. That's all of this. It's all experimentation. But once you get that information that this can be used to create an effect on a garment, that's all you need to know. Once this information reaches you, now you can use it to create your own experimentations, and whatever comes out of it, that is your information. That is something that now you own. That is your thing. That becomes your IP that you can repeat it, or you can teach someone, or you can demo it, or you can use it as your tutorial too. So I'm going to run it one more time. All right, now let's check it out. See how it came out. Whoa. Whoa. Guys, now look. Look what we got. I love this. I love this effect. I love it. I love it. Look what we got, guys. So look. Look. See? If I want to go hard, I can take this off, let it dry a little bit, and then come back and use the same screen and hit it with an ink and give it a whole new different vibration. So there's no limit to what you can do when it comes to playing with techniques that you can come up with artistically, because all you need is just the base or the basics. Once you get the basics, the rest is up to you. It's the artist, not the art. You can create and come up with different things. Like I said, art is just a vehicle that artists can use. We can use to transform. So you can use art as a vehicle to transform from not having money in your pocket to creating something and showing up, and somebody's seen it, say, I like it, and then they will give you money for it. And now you have money in your pocket. You went from not having money in your pocket to from point A to point B. To point B is putting money into your pocket. And then point C can be taking that money to buy more supply and then, right, and then scale it up. So that's what this thing is all about. I'm gonna take it off and we're gonna try one more, we're gonna try another experimentation. And remember, this is all experimentations. Now look what we got. Look at it, look what we got. This is ready to go. This can be washed. You can wash it. This is not coming off. Once you hit it with the bleaching technique, it's not coming off. It's discharged. It's discharged within the fabric. Look at it. This is cool, right? So this is something that if you're not aware of it, if you don't know about it, if you've never done it before, now you just have another arsenal, right? Now you just have another technique added to your arsenals, something that you can use. We're going to use it again. All right. Let's try something different. I have this yellow shirt, very bright yellow, that I bought down the block for like $2.99. It's like a $3. And I bet you if I put this thing on and sell it even for $20, that's a profit of $17. So that's just how I look at it. Like if I take anything and put art on it, I can just sell it. If I take anything, put art on it, I can 10x it. So that's just how I look at it artistically. And that helped me continue to grow and figure this out, because it's all about adding value. It's all about adding value. If you can add value, then you can 10x it. So here we are. Same technique. And this workstation is not meant for screen printing like that, but you got to be resourceful. I make it happen. I don't need to actually to build a real screen printing station like that to screen print. I can create anything in this workstation. All I need is just a table and a platform, and I'm good to go. So anything can be created right here. All right, let's try one more time. Same thing, the measurement. Okay. I know it's, the placement is good. I can just, I've done it so many times. I know where to place it, so it's placed. Now let's try it. Again, we're gonna do this on the yellow. Let's shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. And all right, guys, so let's run it. Let's see what we're gonna get. The same technique on this bright yellow shirt. Let's discharge it and see what we get out of it. Run it. Run it. By the way, guys, I love painting, but overall, I just love art. I just love creativity. I just love to experiment. The experimentation aspect of not knowing what you're gonna get, the surprises, the zero expectations that turn into whatever is what I love about art. So I enjoy playing with screen printing. I enjoy playing with experimentation art. So as much as I love to paint, I love to do stuff like this. Now look what we got, right? You might not see it well, but it's been discharged. Now, while I was doing it, I just got a new idea. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run it again, but this time I'm gonna offset it and add something completely different to it. And watch me do it. And my whole thing is, look, Say you wake up one weekend and you have no money and you want to make money. You can go get 10 blank t-shirts, 20 blank t-shirts. If you find a t-shirt that costs you $3, 10 of those will be 30 bucks, $30. And you could just bring it to your workstation and create work on it. And then go out to your community, go out to the street, go out to the people, go out to the park, go out to the friends, go out to the families and just go sell it. And before you know it, that $30 can turn into $300. That $30 can turn into $400, depending on the pricing and depending on, who you give some kind of deal to and who, you give full price to, right? So even that $30, if you sell it for $20 a piece, that 10 pieces turn into $200. If you can do that, that automatically put that battery on your back like, yo, wow, I couldn't believe I did that. I think I could do it again. And then do it again. And then do it again. And then before you know it, you're doing other things and other things coming now. Now you're not afraid to sell. Now you're not afraid to show up, because that's what it's all about. Showing up and trying to sell is 95% of selling. Selling is not what you read in the books. It's not what somebody say you should do. It's what you actually go out and experience. If you can talk to someone and someone can buy something from you, you can sell. Period. So let's do it. Let's do this. Now, we're going to run it, but I'm going to do something completely different. Again, we're going to offset. All right, I think I got it. I want to offset it like we did on the black, but I'm going to do something different. So now I already discharged the yellow garment. I'm going to hit it with an ink. So we're going to do, I have this magenta here. I'm going to hit it with this magenta. All right, I'm gonna wipe it down. All right, let's go. All right, so now with the magenta, we still got that offset, but we have the discharge on the back as some kind of a, it's giving it some kind of a reflection of a backdrop or back layer, if you may. But it gave it its own effect. And this is the type of stuff that I like. Creating stuff that's not the norm. Creating stuff that's unconventional. Creating stuff that's so southpaw. That's not what you usually see. And that is your creation. That is what you did. So if you show up and there's a story behind this technique. Oh, I first started with a soft scrub. Even if the person doesn't know anything about it, it's like I did that to give it that some kind of discharge on the background, and then hit it with the magenta. And now this is what I got. Now, this is good to go. All you need to do is just dry. And once it's dry, if you want to go sell it, and then you go sell it, make a couple of those things. And then on the weekends, you can go out there and just go sell. And that is what I pretty much stand for. Being self-resourceful, being a very resourceful artist that can just create something out of nothing at any time. And the most important investment that you can do or you can make as an artist is to invest in your studio. Invest in yourself. Set that studio up, buy some supplies, and believe that if you start experimenting, if you start trying, slowly but surely, you're going to learn and new things will come. You're going to experiment with different mediums, and you will learn as you go. I was spraying in the screen because I don't want it to dry. You don't want it to dry. If it dry, it can get clogged up. So you have to spray it to kind of keep it moist, and that's why I was doing that. If you were wondering why, so this is also pretty much kind of done with. I think we can do one more. We can try one more thing. Look, anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. You can put this on anything. You can do this on some khaki pants. You can put this on your t-shirts and wear it and go out to the barbecue, go out to the park. You can do this on just piece of fabric that you want to hang up in your house. You can do that. Anybody can do this. This is doable. I'm not going to say it's easy, but if you start doing it, it becomes easy. Anybody can do this. I have another screen. It's a small screen, very small, especially if you're a beginner and you're not too sure of what you want to do and you're not too confident. Get you a small screen. Get you a small screen and burn that screen. You can. I don't get this done myself. I go to a print shop because I used to do this here in my closet, and it's just a lot of work. I don't do that anymore. I go to a print shop, local print shop, and then I give them the screen, and then send them the PDF of the image, and then they will burn it on the screen for me. And I pay a little some, and that's about it. So I can have this. I can use this and reuse it over and over and over and over and over again. And that's one of the advantage and one of the beauty of screen and screen prints. You can reuse it for so long. So whatever money that you spend, you can make that money 100 times before you even consider reshooting your screen again. You don't have to shoot your screen every couple of screens. You can hold on to that screen for so long and use it over and over and over again without reshooting your screen. So this been here for so long, and I use it if I have any demos. I have to work with kids. I actually did this because in case I'm working with kids, I bring it so they can actually control, they can use it. So let's use one more. I have another black shirt here. And let's go back to our subscribe and see what we're going to get out of this. Again, so you just always, this is the steps. Just simple, put the shirt on the board to create that separation. And then once the separation is created, just remember to pin it down because you don't want the shirt to be super wobbly on the board. So you pin it down. Now it's pinned down. And then grab your screen. It's time for placement. Like I said, when you do it a couple of times, you will get it. You will know where to place your graphics or your artwork. And then now that it's placed, it's time to go to work. Let's just screen it. It takes a few seconds to just screen. It takes a few seconds. Whether you're using natural dyes like I used before in one of my videos, whether you're using a technique like this bleaching technique, or you're using a fabric ink, a screen print ink, whatever you want to do, you can use a fabric ink. You can even use acrylic. The only thing if you use acrylic, it kind of mess up with your screen. But you can use anything to screen print. There's no rules. You can use anything. Only issue with acrylic, I believe, if you use acrylic, you got to rush and go wash it right away. Go rinse it right away. Otherwise, it will clog because acrylic is such like a super plasticky that it will stick to your thing and it will get stuck. But even that, it can give it some kind of effect. And if you screen again, some holes will be blocked, but that becomes part of the design. That becomes part of the aesthetics, becomes part of the ideation. So let's continue with what we came here to do. All right. All right. Let me wipe this down because it had the magenta ink on it. Let's wipe it down. Really nice, clean. And let's do this. Like I said, it takes a few seconds to just screen it. It's not, I'm not going to say it's not that hard, but you just got it. 45-degree angle. Always the squeegee is like 45-degree angle. You just run it and then run it. You can bring it back again and then run it and then run it. Run it. All right. We got a little interesting looking here. Okay. A little interesting looking. We can do it again. It was a little more, I think I overpour the bleach. So I'm gonna run it again. This time, I'm gonna put it right beneath it. Like I said, since there's no rules, I'm just gonna go out and go a little less. And then I'm gonna do it again. One time and one time only. Boom. All right. Now look what we got. Now look at what we got. So look at the top one and look at the bottom one, right? So you can do it as many times as you want. You can just continue to experiment. There's no rules, like I keep saying, there's no rules. Who's gonna ask you, who's gonna question you? You just experiment, and the more you experiment, the more you learn. You're gonna learn your own way. You're gonna come up with your own thing. I like the second one more than the first one because it was too much moist. It was over wet, so it gave it a little clutter. But I know I can go in there and fix it and make it look fun and make it look cool if this is what I'm going to sell. But this is for demo purposes. This is just for tutorial purposes. I can go in there, so do not be afraid. There's no such as mistake. Like, you know, it's like I call it ideation. If things like this happen, that's the ideation. And you go in there and retouch it and do other things. Give it a little touch here and there. That accent, give it a little accent, and then it becomes, whoa, this is dope. But that person didn't know. So if you want to hold on to this such as making mistakes, perfections, and so on and so forth, then it's gonna take a long time. But do not overthink. Just get to work. Just do it. Whether it comes out like this or it comes out like that, go ahead and do it. Like now, I'm not even going to say I like this more than that, but I'm going to say this came out clean, right? This came out like clean, and this came out with more like extra. Now, with both of these, I can still get in there and touch them or retouch them and turn and kind of push them to become something that I probably be more cool with it. But I can wear this, I can wear that. They both are good to go. Especially, the beauty is that, yo, I did this. This is my work. I created this. This came from me. That is the beauty. So that's what I want you to carry with you when it comes to creating art. If you can create it and then say that I did this, it came from me. I put this down and created this. That is the beauty of what this is about. Let me take it off. And I can wear this. And this has become cool. Like it's double screen, you know, double shot. Look at that, you know. So who cares? This is your work now. if you in your studio, you're working and you do something like this, you can wear it, and while you're painting, while you're creating your work, and you're just wearing your own work. You know, you wear what you create. That's kind of like my style. I always wear what I create. I'm always walking around wearing things that came from what I made in the studio. So people say, yo, you made that? Yo, that's the question I get all the time, everywhere. You made that? Yo, this you? You made that? Yeah. Well, are you? And then you constantly marketing yourself as an artist, constantly putting yourself out there as an artist. So if you make stuff like this and you wear it, people see it and they're curious. This is my work. I did this. So these are all stuff that you can be doing, and not necessarily always have to work with ink or paint. You can always come up with different things. You can try to create art with different things, different direction, and not being so one-dimensional. Because it might be that you're selling your paintings, but this is something that you can also do alongside and bring it with you. So if the person cannot afford that painting or is not interested in painting right there, they might want to grab a t-shirt of yours that you made from your studio as well. Both your paintings and your t-shirt came from the studio, so they are both your babies, and you treat them the same, and you can sell both of them, no problems. So this is what I want to. This is the seed that I want to plant in your head. That making things like that, like these, experimenting. You can do it on paper. You can do it on garments. You can do it on anything. That's how you ended up figuring something out. That, oh, this is working. I can continue to capitalize on this because they're liking it, even though maybe painting canvases is what you actually want to do. My favorite painting is watercolor, to be realistically honest with y'all. Watercolor is what I love doing. I got watercolor books, and when I start looking into my watercolor books, I do not stop. It's just, I'm in love. I fall in love with watercolor like this. And I'm in love with watercolor. But guess what? Watercolor don't make me money. I only paint watercolor in my own time when when I want to reconnect. When I want to reconnect with my love, that's watercolor. When I want to reconnect, I go back to painting watercolor. That's for me. I have my watercolor paper here. Always have it on the back end. I got my watercolor set here. I'm never without the watercolor. So this is my love. This is what I love to play with. Like this front here, I would love to do that in watercolor. But the thing is, that's not what really put money in my pocket. So as part of all the experimentation, what turned to be putting money in my pocket as an artist is what I turned to be putting more of my effort there. Because if it's working, then you got to work it. So whatever was working, I turned to work it more. If this started to work, and I work it there more. If this started to work, I work it more. I wish watercolor was the one thing that was working, and that would have been heaven for me. But it didn't turn out like that. So you got to experiment with different things. The thing that might work, the thing that's going to work might be the thing that you really, really in love with. But what you're going to do, that's not what people want to pay you for. So you give people what they want to pay you for and keep it moving. And then make those things in your own time. Make them for your crib, make them for your house, make them in a time where you have to educate people or do some kind of demo and stuff like that. You can create those. That's what it is for me with watercolors. But other than that, the screen printing and all these other stuff, the tie-dyes and painting on fabrics and the canvas and working on t-shirt, painting directly on a t-shirt and stuff like that, that's what people seem to like. So I just give them that. I give them that, and that keeps me in business as an artist. And I'm not sure if watercolor could have sustained me for 10 years, but things outside of watercolor has been able to do that. So you got to do what works. You got to go with what seems to be working. So experiment, experiment, experiment. Go get your subscribe. Get a black t-shirt. Get your yellow t-shirt, orange, brown, navy, whatever color that you can get outside of white, other than white. You can get any color t-shirt. Get your screen done. Get your screen done and experiment. Experiment. Get some inks and also get some subscribe and start experimenting with it and see what comes out of it and find a way to sell it and find a way to sell it. The fun part is creating the art, but the difficult part is finding a way to sell it. And if you can get over that hump of today I'm going to get up, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to try to go sell my art, regardless of what happened. 0 sales or $1,000 sales, it doesn't matter. The experience, you go over there, you're going to collect data. Something will happen. Somebody will talk to you. Those information will happen. And that's how you know, oh, okay, there were 5 people came through, 4 were asking for this. The one person said, okay, I'm going to bring that next time and see. So every day you collect data. Every day you collect data. Now I am sitting on 10 years of data, and that's how I keep going. And when it comes to data, it's the same thing with even this YouTube demos and sharing my experience that I'm doing. Coming from people, the comment and people reaching out to me directly on Instagram, directly on my emails, through the comment and stuff like that. And that is the data, people giving you that feedback. So now I can, based on those things, I can create videos based on those things as well. So it's no difference with selling. When you go out there to sell, you're going to collect some kind of data. People don't comment under what you're selling, like in the digital media, like a social media, but they talk to you. They let you know what they might want. They let you know how they feel, what they feel. And that is how you collect those data in person as well. And it's the same way when somebody buys something from your website. If you can reach out to them and ask them, how are they liking it and what is the experience and stuff like that, they can let you know the feedback. But in person, you get a direct feedback. So experiment, create things, and go out there and go see what people might say. And then use that to refine that product. Use that to refine it and to push it over, to analyze it and then reanalyze it again. Refine it and refine it again. And that's how you end up coming up with something that people like, and that become that dominant product or that hero product or that home run or that winning product that you can actually list on your website, because it's a social proof. It's already proof of concept that is working, and then you can continue to push that. So that's how I've been pretty much doing it. So I hope you're going to get yourself all this stuff, and I hope you invest in your home studio and start experimenting. If you can do those things here and there, trust me, you will start having money coming in as an artist. I hope you got some value out of this. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this video with an artist. Share this video with a creative person who is trying to make money out of the creativity, who is trying to make money out of the art. And subscribe if you haven't. If you're new here, please subscribe. Also put on the notification bell so you can always get that notification once I post a video. Other than that, I'll see you on the next one. Salute. Peace.